Why play Brand support? Well, he brings a ton of damage. He kills both tanks and squishies alike. He is a beast in a team fight, and he's strong at all stages of the game. However, he is reliant on hitting skill shots for his massive damage combos, and he does lack range compared to other bullies, making his trades far riskier. Brand's passive Blaze is a massive part of his kit. Firstly, his abilities burn his target over time, dealing maximum health damage, and this can stack up to 3 times. When the third stack is applied, it puts a large circle around the target which detonates after 2 seconds, dealing massive damage to both the target and all other enemies within the circle. In addition, if an ablaze target dies, Brand regains a small amount of mana. Brand's Q is a straight line skill shot which deals damage to the first target hit. However, if the target's ablaze, it will also stun the target for 1.5 seconds. Brand's W is a skill shot which creates a circle on the floor. After a short delay, this erupts in a pillar of fire which will damage all enemies hit. If the target is already ablaze, it will deal a chunk extra damage. Brand's E is a point and click ability which damages his opponent, and this will also bounce to very close enemies nearby. If the target this is used on is already ablaze, the distance this spreads to other enemies is massively increased. Brand's ultimate is a point and click ability which launches out a chunk of fire which can bounce back to Brand or another enemy up to 5 times, dealing damage each time it bounces to an enemy. When choosing which target to bounce to, it will always prioritize stacking Blaze to maximum on champions. In addition, if the target is already ablaze, they are also briefly slowed. For combos, your amazing trade combo is to use E into Q then W, which gives you the extra damage on the W and fully procs your passive. However, if you need the additional range, you can use W into Q then E, and it will still be massive amounts of damage. And your massive teamfight combo is to use your W into your Q and E, and then ultimate as you watch them all burn, proccing your passive multiple times for insane AoE damage. For matchups, Brand does great into Enchanter, so he can easily walk into their range and hard bully. However, he can struggle against super long range bullies who can easily poke him, never letting him get in range. For runes, take this. Dark Harvest scales great and makes your burst even stronger. For build orders, start Spell Thief and Pot into Leandries and tier 2 boots. After this, a Crystal Scepter into Demonic are great pickups before finishing a build with any of these as needed. For skill orders, start W then Q then E before maxing W then Q then E, taking ult whenever you can. For summoner spells, take Flash and Ignite, because even more fire. Starting the game, you're looking to poke and bully hard right from the get-go. When your opponent goes to farm and they have to stand still for that brief moment when they auto-attack, throw your W at them. This does so much damage, and as you level up and get more points into this, it starts to absolutely chunk your opponent. From here, you want to help push the lane for a quick level 2, giving you access to your stun. A quick W into your Q combo is a massive amount of damage and also gives your carry really easy follow-up. And when you hit level 3, not only do you have the flat damage from the E, but it also gives you access to your amazing full damage combo with your passive. But in addition to looking for these great trades, your playstyle is also simply going to be poke focused, where you're going to be throwing out Ws and Es constantly. And then if your opponent is ever not behind their minions, look to land all 3 abilities to proc your passive and destroy them. And of course, when you hit level 6, your full combo into your ultimate is absolutely devastating. Try to use this for maximum value as soon as possible. Entering the mid game, you want to take your tower as fast as possible, then rotate mid with your carry. This will put 2 strong champions in the center of the map to siege and allows for quick roams for objectives and skirmishes. Entering late game teamfights, you want to play the backline mage, dealing tons of damage. As your W, E and ultimate are all AoE abilities, and you're great at killing both squishies and tanks, is very viable just to dump out all your spells. And as you lack any mobility and survivability, you can save your Q to try and peel for yourself, but it's often equally as viable to simply throw it out and rely on Zhonya's.